Now that the prequel to the Hunger Games franchise is on the move, we know you're all curious as to how all of them got their roles. Well, we know a little about it, and here it is. Keep watching to know how the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes cast landed their roles. The main and beloved character, Lucy Gray, was decided way before to be played by Rachel Zegler. She didn't need to audition for a role in the movie, they just offered it to her. Surprisingly, she said no at first because her boyfriend wasn't part of the film. Rachel, feeling lonely during the Snow White shoot, didn't like the idea of being away from loved ones for the prequel to The Hunger Games. I was offered it in January of last year after wanting it so badly. I didn't audition, it was just, I got a call from my agent that was like, Francis Lawrence wants you to do this. And I met with him for like 3 hours at the Soho Hotel in London, and then he told me that they were filming in Germany and in Poland, she said in a podcast. I had just gotten to London and I wanted to disappear because I was so far away from home for the first time ever, and I was away from everybody that I knew and loved. And I said, no. The director, not giving up on Rachel, made a new offer. He promised to bring Rachel's boyfriend to the set along with her family, and they wouldn't have to go through quarantine. Despite this, Rachel stuck to her decision not to play the role. Meanwhile, the director cast another character, Sanus Plinth. Interestingly, he ended up casting Josh Andres Rivera, who turned out to be Rachel's boyfriend. The director didn't know this until later. Hopefully, Rachel might change her mind now that her boyfriend was part of the film, and the director was right. Rachel called soon after and happily accepted the role, regretting saying no at first. She initially declined because she wanted time off with loved ones, but later wished she could take it back. Rachel also revealed another reason. She had another project lined up that got pushed to 2023, making her available for this role. Like everybody, I first saw Rachel Zegler in West Side Story, and like everybody, I knew I was watching a star who would command the screen for a generation, director Francis Lawrence said in a statement to Variety amid Rachel's casting news. Lucy Gray is a perfect match for her as an actress. The character is bold, independent, and defiant, but also vulnerable, emotional, and loving. Rachel will make this character unforgettable. And when it was announced that her boyfriend would join the cast, Rachel was thrilled. She shared the news on Instagram, expressing pride in Josh. Amid this joy, she called the director to be part of the project again. While Josh played a significant role in Rachel getting her role, he went through a different audition process. Unlike Rachel, Josh had to audition for his part and got picked based on his performance in West Side Story. In the end, Rachel was happy to be part of the film, and the unexpected connection with her boyfriend made it all the more special. Tom Blythe, who plays Coriolanus Snow in the movie, had a challenging time preparing for his role. He had to go through a tough audition process that lasted about 2 months. Alongside other actors, he competed for the part of Snow during this period. The actor disclosed, I went through a pretty traditional kind of audition process, which is to say it was long and arduous. It was definitely not at a point in my career where anyone was offering me stuff without auditioning. Tom Blythe hoped for a good job before the auditions, but when offered a chance to play a younger Snow, he eagerly sent in his audition tape. Interestingly, the director watched it while on a train in Germany, scouting film locations. Many young actors tried out, but Tom's performance stood out. The British actor, best known for playing the lead role in the TV series Billy the Kid, read solo several times and did chemistry reads with various actresses up for the part of Lucy Gray Baird, including Rachel Zegler, who eventually accepted the role. After all the rounds, Tom finally landed the role of Snow, surprising everyone, including the director, who found him unexpectedly but perfect for the part. When I got the call, I was static for a moment, recalled Blythe. And then I was like, oh shit, I actually have to do this. I have to play this character when there's already such a big cinema folklore around him. The crew had absolute faith in him, though. Tom's performance will both fulfill and disrupt everything you think you know about Coriolanus Snow. He's a tremendous talent who will show why Snow always lands on top, added producer Nina Jacobson. Another important cast choice was Peter Dinklage. The Game of Thrones star plays Casca Highbottom in the prequel. He is the dean of the academy in the capital who unintentionally creates the Hunger Games and lives to regret it. The director had someone specific in mind for a role, Peter. Without any auditions, the director just knew Peter would be perfect. The producer, Nina Jacobson, couldn't agree more. She praised Peter's magnetism, intensity, and dark humor, believing these qualities would bring the needed intelligence, depth, and pathos to the character. Peter's acceptance of the role was like a dream for the director and producer. They felt he completely matched their vision. Nina Jacobson expressed her excitement, stating that finding a better match than Peter was impossible. With Peter on board, they believed the movie would benefit from his unique qualities, making the character exactly as they had envisioned. Lucretius Lucky. Flickerman, the host of the games and predecessor to the lovable Caesar Flickerman, previously played by Stanley Tucci. Jason Schwartzman, who played Lucretius Flickerman in the Hunger Games prequel, not only brought nostalgia as Caesar's ancestor, but also shaped the franchise's future with his fantastic performance. Getting the role was tough. Jason had to go the extra mile. Luckily, he looked a lot like the original character, giving him an edge. To fit perfectly, Jason even learned some basic magic, working with magician Tobias Dole. Jason praised Tobias for teaching him the magic world's principles, even though he admitted he was not great at it. Schwartzman explained that he was required to learn amateur magic because his character will sometimes perform magic tricks during the annual competition to fill dead air. Surprisingly, his newfound magic skills played a role in him securing the prequel role, making it a unique and memorable experience for the actor. Jason had nothing but positive things to say about Tobias Dostal, who had helped Jason to hone the craft. "If you ever want to see the most amazing ever, look him up," Schwartzman said. "I remember sitting there when we were first hanging out thinking, I think this person's gonna be in my life for a long time." Hunter Schafer, the actress playing young Tigress, amazed everyone with her acting. The director, Lawrence, revealed that Hunter was the only one who aced the audition. He called her one of the most genuine people he'd ever met. Lots of others tried out for the role, but they ended up seeming strange. When Hunter auditioned, there was an immediate connection, and Lawrence knew she was the perfect fit for the part. "She's one of the more authentic people I've ever personally met," the filmmaker says. For the opening scene in question, featuring Coriolanus's refashioned button-up, so many people came in and read. They were thinking more of Liz Banks' Effie trinket than they were of Tigress. "They're putting on this capital effect, and it's just so phony," he laments. Hunter came in and did the scene, and she was so endearing and warm. And we believe him. Hunter is one of the most talented actors out there, and she proved it in her spectacular acting as Jules in Euphoria. Viola Davis, on the other hand, got the role of Volumnia G.A. in a movie through a meme, not an audition. The director, Francis Lawrence, saw a meme made by fans where Viola looked like a villain. He thought she'd be perfect for the role just from that picture. Surprisingly, Viola didn't have to go through the usual process of trying out for the part. But it is Viola, so it isn't a surprise. It was a piece of fan art, and somebody had photoshopped, I think, an image of her standing by a window. It may be a still from The Help, but she had this sort of sinister little smile, and they had mocked up a fake horror poster as if she was the villain in this. Lawrence opened up. Even though the meme was the reason for Francis choosing her, Viola had to think about taking on the role. She wanted to impress her 13-year-old daughter, Genesis, and also saw it as a chance to do something different. Viola usually played positive and motherly characters, so being a villain was a change for her. So the movie was released on the 17th of November of this year, and fans seem to be having pretty good things to say about it, despite many issues it had faced pre-release. And that is all for the video. Like, subscribe, and click on that bell icon to stay updated. Thanks for watching. Bye.